Hey guys, it's me, King Mumsy, and in this video I'm just here to give my thoughts on Jojo All-Star Battle R, which I'd been anticipating and covering ever since its reveal back in March of this year. And after playing it for over a week now, I have a lot of good and not so good things to say about this game. I'm also going to talk about whether it's worth the price tag too, cause $50 for a remaster of a 9-year-old game is asking for a lot if you ask me, so I'll talk about that too for those who are still unsure on whether they want to purchase the game or not. So without any further ado guys, let's get right into it. First off, the gameplay. It is even more fun to play now since the mechanics of the game got improved to help better the pacing of each match, and the fact that we can now use assists during matches also adds to the experience as well. We now have 51 playable characters and there are different categories for both them and the assists too, which is great because it adds a lot of variety to the game's roster, as it will make you want to experiment with all the different characters and assists to see what works best for you as a player. And it also helps that the game is also very well balanced, like almost any other fighting game out there as well. So overall, when it comes to the gameplay mechanics and roster of both the playable characters and assists, this game is great. Also visually it looks even better than it did in the original game too. CC2 did a great job updating the graphics for this game, and I'm happy that the color palettes got changed to what we've seen used in the anime for these characters, because not only is it consistent but also marketing wise it was the right choice to make as well. Jojo's is pretty much mainstream now, so if anything this was a smart move on Bandai and CC2's part. Now with all that being said, there are some issues that I do have with this game. For one, the online, because it is very bare bones as there's no other modes besides player and ranked matches. They could have easily included a endless mode, a spectator mode, or even a tournament mode, especially since they did that for the online side of the game, but nope, just player and ranked matches, which are both good, but eventually I and many other people are going to get bored of them very quickly, especially those that just want to casually play with a group of friends. So I really hope that CC2 will add in all of this for the online in the future. Secondly, there is no crossplay despite this game being on almost every last and current gen console, which is baffling, but okay. And also no rematch option for ranked, but there is for player matches. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. They need to fix that immediately, and they also need to fix the game's netcode, because while it isn't terrible, at least from my experience, it's definitely not great either, and that can sour the experience for many players, and especially for players that want to get into the esports side of the game. And I really want to see this game do well in esports, by the way, because I think that it could potentially go very far if CC2 properly act upon the feedback that will be given to them by the community going forward. So I really hope that the netcode will get the upgrade that it needs. Maybe they can implement rollback for this game like Bandai did for Dragon Ball FighterZ. That would be really cool to see, and I'm sure that would make a lot of people in the community very happy. But yeah, overall the online is good but not great. It honestly needs more work. Now as for the offline modes, there's the tournament mode, 3 versus 3 mode, which both should have been in the online, but anyways. There's also the new All-Star Battle mode and arcade mode as well. Now all of them are very good except for the All-Star Battle mode, which is honestly really boring. It's just CPU fights and that's really it. It's not a proper story mode like what we got in All-Star Battle. Now granted, yes, that story mode wasn't that great either, but at least it tried to tell you the events of what happened in the story of each Jojo part with both the narration and the fights themselves. But in the All-Star Battle mode it's just pure CPU fights, and the only benefit from playing them is to unlock costumes and other cosmetics without buying them with coins in the game's shop, which is a cool option, but honestly I'd rather just play with the characters that I want to play with online or offline and get coins to buy stuff that way instead. So yeah, the offline side of this game isn't that great either, especially especially if you don't have people to play with in real life. Now don't get me wrong, it is still good overall, but the new All-Star Battle mode being as bare bones as it is really does bring it down for me. They should have attempted to do a proper story mode, but with actual cutscenes and more fights that happened in the original stories of the Jojo anime and manga. Now before I end off this video, I do have a few more positive things to say about this game, like the soundtrack still being great as ever, despite not having any new music, which is perfectly fine. You can also customize a character's cosmetic skin, taunt, victory pose and voice lines in this game too, which is really cool, and the game has a decent amount of stages to choose from as well. Now I say decent because I feel like they could have added in way more stages for this game, but overall the roster selection of stages is just perfectly fine. But other than that, I don't really have much more to say about this remaster. Overall, I think it's a good port. Not great, but good port of an already great game, but it definitely could have been better, and because it's not a huge improvement over the original game like I had hoped, I can't say with confidence that this game is worth the $50 price tag, because honestly it's worth no more than $40 at best. So unless you're someone that really loves JoJo's and fighting games and also really wants to get into the esports side of this game and not fall behind, then I'd recommend waiting for a price drop for this game regardless of what version it is, because I played both the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch versions and they both pretty much play the exact same way, so I'm pretty sure the other versions will play the exact same way too. And that, guys, was my overall thoughts on JoJo All-Star Battle R. A very good port of a great game, but one that definitely could have been a lot better. But what about you guys? What are your thoughts on this game? What do you want to see CC2 improve in this game? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also like the video if you enjoyed it, and remember to also subscribe and hit that notification bell for more future JoJo All-Star Battle R content like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy King Mumsy signing out. Take care and peace.